And welcome to South Texas Now. We're back with Judge Barbra Canales. She's our county judge, first one in over 150 years to serve that is a Hispanic female. So there's no unicorns and rainbows. Hopefully it sets a trend. So welcome back.
Yes, I so agree. I'm very proud to be the first. I like that we've broken that ceiling. But let's face it, we want to have the 100th, right? I mean, we want to be the type of community that is reflective of all that live in it. So that means you're going to see diversity being encouraged by electing me as the first. But of course, we hope that the trend continues, right? You're looking for qualified people who have the experience and the fortitude to lead our community into the future. And I'm grateful that I get to be that first woman, but I really want to be judged on the fact that I just delivered results. Exactly.
That's exactly what I was going to say, is that it's a result-driven analysis, not because, I have all these things and this shouldn't be a barrier. It should be a benefit and a plus to be Hispanic.
And I'm a mother.
Yes.
You know, I have...
Talk to us about that.
Sure. I have 5 beautiful children. They're all adults now. They
more or less.
Yes, more or less. They range from 32 to 23.
Oh, my gosh.
And Jackie lives here in Corpus Christi.
Hi, Jackie.
The rest of them live across our beautiful nation, and they're pursuing their careers. Some are one's in graduate school, but it brings a joy to me to think about having raised them here. They all went to public school here, and this is their hometown. But for me, I'm trying to create the place that brings them home. And for so many of our kids, they want to, of all ages, right? They want to dream about a place that has a cultural vibrancy to their community, right? So we're working on projects right now that will really, I guess, be the catalyst for transformational change. And I wanted to share some of those with you. We have first made it a top priority in the county to fix all our infrastructure that had been neglected. And trust me when I say we inherited a huge neglected infrastructure. And we've done amazing work, over $130 million, just getting up to par at our courthouse, our jail, community centers, those fabulous fairgrounds that 4-H uses for the best junior livestock show ever. Great. And so what this allows us to do is say, okay, now that we've invested in getting us up to where we need to be, what can we do to enhance our community? So some of the things that we're working on is making certain that our rural communities have investment equal to the urban centers. So I'm so excited to tell you, just this past week in Commissioner's Court, we're creating a beautiful walking trail story time.
No way.
Story time over at the Keach Library. There's a beautiful pond there, Joe, and there'll be a story time where families can go all the way from, the big, or they could skip, but they could do the whole story and get exercise at the same time, all while appreciating the beautiful wetlands and the birds that are there. These are some of the enhancements that we're bringing. Here on North Beach, we have a $10 million grant coming to us, we hope. $15 million from the General Land Office to build a living breakwater island to protect the shore, the aquarium, the Lexington, all that big, important infrastructure from the wave energy that comes from, the storms that sometimes hit us during our hurricane season, our tropical season. So we are looking, as they say, from coast to country at ways that we can make Corpus Christi, the urban center, and all the jurisdictions, those small jurisdictions. Maybe you have people listening right now from Banquete, from Driscoll, from Petronila, from Agua Dulce, all the way to the island. I can see the island from here, Port Aransas. This is our community. We say, mi nueces es su nueces. Whatever is important to you in your neck of the woods is also important to your county.
That's right.
And so we are big supporters and proponents of our military bases. Why? Because there's 3 of them, and they are $1 billion economy and $3 billion economy and thousands of jobs. It's like being able to support America in your backyard. It's very exciting. Did you know, Joe, that we had taken over in the last year our veteran cemetery under Nueces County local control? And what we've been able to do is extraordinary. We've been able to bring over $6 million worth of improvements in just 1 year. Well, year and 1 month. But it's so wonderful when people say to me, why do you think, you want this job again for 4 more years? I say, because look at what we've done these past 4 years. Despite all these challenges, Mother Nature threw a lot at us, Joe.
A lot
at us. Threw a hurricane
Plague,
at us.
Famine.
Everything.
Everything.
I mean, the locusts were the only thing that didn't come.
Correct.
Okay? And,
frogs.
And we stood strong. We stood tall. There, in every family, there's going to be issues that come up, right? Not
Sure.
everybody agrees with everybody. But when it mattered, when it counted, when we were able to look at our fiscal house, people don't remember this, but when I inherited in 2019 this job as the first Latina, as you said, I was given reserves of 18 million. Today, they're 26 million. How about that? And I also inherited a tax rate, okay, of 31 cents, and today it's 29 cents. So we've been able to do more with less. We've been able to do this because we're strong, we're savvy, we're aggressive, and we love our community. And this is why our platform is so strong. And Joe, I'm sorry to say this, but this is why people on the other side of the aisle, they feel like the only way they can win the day is by attacks and by misleading our good people. And I have to tell you, it hurts my heart, it hurts our community, y tenemos que decir, no, ya basta. Out with the hate, in with the love. Take a look at us. Take a good look at us. Because our administration, for the past 4 years, and by the way, it's been Democrats and Republicans, it's been people who have been there since the beginning and others that just got there. When you look at the whole record, don't look at the small ways they want to divide us. Look at the strength of what we've been able to bring to the people. It's powerful, Joe.
And I was just going to say that often with leadership, it has been branded with right-wing extremism in the last decade or so, which I didn't agree with. I think that we can be conservative and still be on the Democratic side.
Absolutely.
And there's a lot of liberals that are Republican on certain issues.
Absolutely.
But I think we all can agree on fiscal responsibility because it comes out of our pocket.
Right. I'm a fiscal conservative.
We drink from the same river.
Absolutely. I'm a fiscal conservative. And my tagline is how I feel. It's real. Those are my words. I've got your back. I've got your back whether you are, whether we need $150 million to finish our deepening and widening project. I'll go to D.C. and fight for those dollars. How about our base? Our 1941 built year. It was built in 1941.
Yeah.
It needs infrastructure money. I go to D.C. with a team of people, and we go fight for that too. And when it comes to taking care of the everyday, we do that as well. The employees that work for us are very important. This year, we raised their salaries 16%. That's a very...
How much?
16.
That's across the board.
Across the board. We did it in 2 ways, Joe. We did it with with American Rescue Plan Act money, 10% across the board, and then we did it with a cost of living adjustment, 6%. But if you worked in law enforcement in the jail, it was 26%. Why? Because we had been too low for too long. And part of the work that we have done together in my administration during the past 4 years is to take people out of poverty and bring them up. Because when I got there, there were 700 employees that were earning less than, lower than the poverty line. We've changed that. Now everybody makes a living wage. One job should be enough, Joe.
Incredible.
One job should be
people
enough.
need to hear this.
They do.
The other thing that complements that is that tell people the difference between block grants and
yes.
paying out of your pocket long-term pay.
Absolutely.
And also getting the grants you got that we don't have to pay back, not
Absolutely.
conditional.
Right. So $70.3 million unconditional, money that comes up comes down from the feds to us here at the county level. Money that I went to D.C. and said, I want counties to get it. Don't send it to the states. Send it straight to the counties. $70.3 million.
Well played.
Joe, what we're doing with those dollars is incredible. We are helping our employees for certain, but we're also going to build a crisis care center. Mental health is going to be a top priority in Nueces County. We've been able to put mental health officers out in our community. We've been able to fund a new restoration center, detox center, sobriety center. All that's going to be built. It's very exciting. We're also going to lift up our community centers like Hilltop in the northwest part
I'd
of our
love to
community.
help you on that.
Oh,
I'd love to help you.
You love it up there? I love the vista. It's very historical there. It's going to be incredible. Then we've also used GOMESA money, Gulf of Mexico Energy Security Act money. And we fought hard for those dollars too. Money that you don't have to, all this money is money that we get by being aggressive at the federal level and at the state level.
And we've already been taxed on it. We don't need to be taxed on it again.
Right. In other words, you're paying your taxes. You want that money to go to New York, California, or you want it to come to Texas? Bring it home to Texas.
There you go.
And that's what I do. I'm also a big proponent of economic development, working very hard on what's going to happen when that Harper Bridge comes down, Joe. We need to make sure that we're building our Central Park right there. Why? So the young people can dream and hope that this is the kind of community that they want to live in. Just like Austin and San Antonio and Houston and Dallas. We have, look at this beautiful Corpus Christi Bay, the Gulf of Mexico at our back door. Best hunting and fishing within an hour. We've got it all. And we are an important center of the universe for the Gulf of Mexico, not just because of the port, but because of the fact that our fishing and our recreational opportunities are endless here.
Well said. The thing that I wanted to bring out to the people when we put this together,
yes.
Here at the final moments, time has just flown by. I'd like to reserve the floor for you to educate and in the last minute tell people what they really need to know about it. And I appreciate you not politicking in things. It was very well presented, the way you brought out the platform and everything, and leaving politics out of it.
Well, look, I think that our focus here in our region of South Texas has always centered around the fundamentals that people want to talk about at their kitchen table. They want to talk about the health of their family. They want to talk about the education of their family, and they want to talk about their pocketbook, how they can feed their family. And I believe that our platform at the county judge's office, my office, whether it's in crisis from a hurricane or a virus or a flood, or whether it's everyday business, I believe that we care about all three. I'm driven to make sure that this economy is as strong as ever. 1 out of every 3 jobs is with that Port of Corpus Christi, so I fight to keep those jobs strong. I want to make sure that the health of our community is strong. And that's why I believe that our leadership during COVID-19 was so powerful. It was powerful for a nation. And we've been really applauded for our efforts at a national level. And then I think the education of our people is so important. So I'm a big fan of helping Texas A&M University and Del Mar College and the Craft Training Center for Vocational reach their goals. And what I want to tell you is that you need to make certain that you always have strong leadership, because not everybody, Joe, wants to work that hard. Not everybody believes in their heart that it's all about service. What they want to do is to have power and control. And I'm glad that I come from a tough breed of South Texas family that has always said, fight for the people, Barbara. Even if you're by yourself, you will never be alone, because as Churchill said, if you're making them mad, you must have stood for something right.
Very well said. And ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching Judge Barbra Canales here in Nueces County. Is there a way to contact you or your office if anybody has...
Absolutely. The office of the county judge is 888-0444. And you've got an opportunity. Also, I'm on social media. Just look at Nueces County Judge Barbra Canales. You'll Google me and you will find me on Facebook, on Twitter. It's always Barbara for Nueces, because, Joe, that's where my heart always is, for Nueces.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it, Judge. And thank you all out there for watching and our continued support of the show. Thank you and God bless.